the end 4-5 rows of the auditorium, and all the senior faculty members, vice chancellors from the universities and senior delegates, representatives from ministries and DST are requested to kindly have their seats in the front rows, please. I again humbly request all the delegates of this Utsav to kindly put your mobile phones on the silent mode, please. सभी से अनुरोध, कृपया अपना स्थान शीघ्र ग्रहण करें। उत्सव में आए सभी छात्रों से अनुरोध कि पीछे की रोज में अपना स्थान कृपया ग्रहण करें तथा सम्मिलित सभी वरिष्ठ अधिकारीगण, संकाय सदस्य, कुलपति एवं सभी सम्मानित महानुभावों से अनुरोध कि वे कृपया आगे की ओर अपना स्थान ग्रहण करें। Dignitaries of the dais, galaxy of intellectuals, eminent scientists present here, vice chancellors of the universities across country, faculty members, representatives from various ministries, and ladies and gentlemen, a very, very warm welcome to Vishvidyalaya Anusandhan Utsav 2023, organized by the Department of Science and Technology, Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India. आप सभी का विज्ञान एवं प्रौद्योगिकी विभाग द्वारा आयोजित विश्वविद्यालय अनुसंधान उत्सव 2023 में हार्दिक स्वागत है, हार्दिक अभिनंदन है। Linking researchers and resources. This first session of the Utsav on iSTEM, that is Indian Science, Technology and Engineering Facilities Map, is a dynamic and interactive national portal launched by Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, on 3rd of January 2020. Now, this is the gateway for researchers to locate specific facilities they need for R&D work and identify the one located closest to them or available the soonest. So with this, I would humbly invite Dr. Sanjeev Srivastavaji on the dais, the National Coordinator for iSTEM, to kindly have an interactive session with the team. So please.
Can we get the presenter and all? Good morning, everyone. I am Sanjeev Kumar Srivastav from ISC Bangalore, and we are taking care of the iSTEM portal. This is actually the web portal, not the website, which is having two-way interactions. It is dynamic in nature, user-friendly. Can you get the presenter, please? User-friendly, and scope is also not limited. Whenever government need, we keep interacting for the benefit of the researchers. Whenever some new scope introduced by the government, if they want to send to the researchers, we keep introducing those things in this iSTEM web portal. So first of all, I would like to thank for this opportunity to DST, Principal Scientific Advisor Office, and all the line Ministry of Science and Technology, who are supporting in all the way so that the government initiative can reach to the needy people. With that, I have some presentation to make, and in the last I will show you some video so that it will give a feel about the portal, and we would like to invite everyone, be part of that, be the ambassador for such initiative so that it will reach to your student, to your institution in all the way. Thank you. Can you make presentation on? Presentation. Already I have uploaded. Yeah, and presenter also. No, presenter. Yeah. So, as it was introduced in the session, that it was launched by the Prime Minister, Honorable Shri Narendra Modi ji, on January 3rd, 2020. In fact, we started in 2018, March 2018, and started working on this idea so that we can make really a nice portal for the country. We all are connected through the toll-free number as well as the social media. So it's very much easy to reach us. In fact, we have 24/7 response team so that you will not feel any difficulty to reaching our team. So what is the basic objective of having this portal? We are trying to make a robust portal which will be secure and user-friendly to achieve the goal of the Atmanirbhar Bharat, what we are trying to get, and our Prime Minister has envisioned, and expecting from scientific community. So we are making a digital platform using the concept of Make in India, Digital India, Startup India, Stand Up India, almost all such kind of initiative, what government has initiative is there. So we are trying to make digital platform where we can list all the research facility, high-end research facility, what we have in our different labs across the country, and making it available through the portal itself No need to call them, no need to write an email, something like that. So through this web portal, one can register, one can make a request, and those requests will go to the custodian institutions. And then you can tell them when you are available, and based on the availability of the machine, they can allocate the slots. They can, you can make the bookings, and then you can go to the machine and conduct the experiment, whatever you need. And after that, not it's going to end there. I will tell you many other things are there. We are also making the digital catalog. It was also approved in one of the cabinet meeting in February 2020 that we should have a technology product map where we will list what technologies are coming out from the academic institution, CPSEs, everywhere. Until that, we have listed a lot of technology. I will show you how many are there and different domain. We are also establishing a model to create a pool of skill development for capacity building in our country, because a lot of issues are there. When machine goes off, we always dependent on the manufacturer and supplier who comes from outside and do the rectification, and till that time our tool goes down. So those kind of issues we are trying to identify. We are also trying to support tier 2, tier 3 institutions by giving a small catalytic grant so that they can use the facility wherever it is available in nearby region. We are also enabling R&D innovation in industry and startup. I will give you some examples how it is growing. We are establishing a model to create a culture of seeding new ideas, innovating, translating into the product needed for the Indian society. And also we are creating opportunity for skilled personnel who are going to learn on the machine, and then they can create their own startup. And they can serve our labs in a better way. So a lot of concept we are getting from different part of the country, and we are trying to evolve those things and implement so that the people will get really good support in science and we are also providing a steady and robust model to keep establish R&D infrastructure up to date. So the way portal is designed, every institution can create n number of login, and they can handle the request, they can update their equipment and create live inventory of the equipments. Why we are doing all these things? You know, in our country, we have IITs, we have ISC Bangalore, we have many engineering colleges. Everywhere you will find some equipment will be there, and also researchers are there. But most of the time, research goes in isolation. One hand don't know what other hand is doing. And no desired connectivity exists earlier between the researchers and resources. We have researchers, we have resources, but we don't know where the resources is there, what kind of researches, and what kind of experiment they are trying to do. So those kind of gap were there. That's why we gave the theme linking researchers and resources, even it is trademarked with the Indian Patent Office, that theme. Another problem is that R&D facilities are always underutilized as per the capacity, what is needed. And there are many reasons. It's not that institute or custodian institute don't want to make use of that. Issues are like we don't have skilled manpower in the country. We don't have really good availability of the consumable in time. So those kind of issues are there. So we identified what to do in that one, and we have come up with some solution. And sometimes equipments are lying unattended. Many a time we have seen we purchase the equipment, but because of the late in installation, it is lying in the corridor. We have seen, it's not a joke. So what we have, the background is especially that participation from each part of the country is needed, but people are not connected. Limited resources with the government. Government cannot provide to everyone, and that's why nowadays concept has come of centralized facility. You know, DST has introduced Sathi. Many other ministries are also trying to do such kind of things, so that the researchers don't have to worry about the infrastructure. Just they will click and the facility will be available, information will be available to them. So those kind of concept is coming in our country. Lack of mechanism to provide the such information was not there. Just we put the information on the website, what facility we have, but unless you will not call to the main institute, main equipment custodian, you will not know whether the equipment is available immediately, whether it is down, what is the health of the equipment. All those status you cannot know. But what we have made in this portal, the person, once he will update, you can get all this information in the public, and based on that, even the equipment rate, usage rate, everything will be available in the public. Based on that, you can decide where you have to go. And all this freedom is given to the custodian institutions, what rate they want to decide. There is no such policy where they have to fix the rate. So it is up to the institute approval, governing body approval, they can decide. So those kind of autonomy is there for them. Earlier, lack of concept of sharing of the facility was not there. In fact, the office of PSA asked us why not we should search what mechanism we have evolved if any other country is having, and we searched through the patent attorney and lawyers and all, we found that no such mechanism is there. So on advice of the government PSA office, we filed the patent in different country. In fact, the South Africa has already granted, India is about to grant, we have already replied the questions, queries what we have received. US is also going to do. So those kind of things we have done so that it will be a unique model for other country. So those kind of things and also, earlier I was coordinating the INOP program where government mandated ki whatever facility we have in two premier institutions, IIT Bombay and ISC Bangalore, we have to share with them. And we started those things way back in 2008. That time, researchers were coming with their idea, whatever was needed, including their travel cost, including their consumable, even planning the experiment, technical support, everything was provided by these two institutions. And it became a really flagship program for the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Later on, they gave the second phase, nowadays third phase is also going on. So that kind of need is there where researchers can come freely, interact with the faculty member, take the technical guidance, and also there is no conflict of interest. The policy what we adopted, if you will come with your idea, it should be your idea. Nobody should ask for authorship, nobody should ask any favor, and we have supported more than 500, 600 paper. We have supported more than 50 patents through those two institutions, but you will not find anywhere any staff or faculty member name in any kind of the paper. That's the policy we put at the time when we started sharing our research facility. Similarly, what we are thinking, if you have the facility, if you will also invite such researchers, support them, I think the country will have different kind of output in terms of science and technology. So what we have in pocket, iSTEM, we have R&D infrastructure map. We started in first phase, now we are in second phase since August 2021. So in 2021, we came up with many other ideas, what we can do through the iSTEM. First, we started with the R&D infrastructure map, where we started listing of the research facility across the country. Almost every ministry issued notification to every institutions who are having the fund from them, so that we can list all these facility in the portal. And then we started building the booking calendar, equipment calendar, all kind of things based on the need from the country. And today, one can just register, and in 5-10 minutes he can make a booking request and get the confirmation of that booking. That kind of user-friendly portal we have developed in last 5 years. So we started with R&D, where you can get the listing of sharing of facility, live bookings you can know, online invoice, online receipt, as per the financial requirement we have made, where GST, IGST, all kind of concept is introduced, so that you will not have any problem in getting reimbursed those money what you have used for the bookings. Another things we started is Atmanirbhar Bharat. In many institutions, people generally don't get the fund. What idea they have, they cannot execute unless they will not have a small fund. So what we thought, why not we should start a concept like catalytic grant. If you have idea, just write on piece of paper, submit to us. Up to some extent, we can support so that that idea can be converted into a task and or a prototype kind of product. And then if you'll go with go to any ministry, then you can get really good fund. So that we have initiated for the faculty member or researcher from any academic institutions. And in fact, we are also supporting startups. Another thing, seeing the need of the skilled manpower scarcity, we started a skill development program. We are supporting a small program where the many facilities are there. So we are saying you conduct the skill development program, rigorous training, where people will understand how to operate, how to maintain the facility, and especially invite those people who are already passed out, not doing any degree, having the technical degree like polytechnic, diploma, ITI or BSc, MSc kind of things. And we have conducted many such training. It's not that we are just telling here. We just conducted one training in NIT Warangal. Recently we conducted in UP NEDA. And I want to tell you, UP NEDA recently we conducted in March, where those people were trained on solar energy appliances and solar energy application. And the last day of the valedictory, company from Rajasthan came to know and hire everyone. So they got the offer also. So that kind of encouraging message is coming after initiating such kind of things through the iSTEM. So we are supporting those kind of initiative. If someone want to conduct any training program and create a manpower in nearby region, and the mandatory that you have to just invite the people in nearby region in 50-70 kilometers. You cannot invite in Bangalore from Bengal. So those kind of things we have stopped, so that the people who will be trained will be in nearby region, and anytime you need, even you can hire them. Another things we came to know when we were going across the country, we came to know people are not having manpower, and there are many issues when they want to hire those people to operate the machine. So we started iSTEM internship program. What we are saying, if you have the facility, not having any manpower immediately to start those machines, take 1 or 2 startup support from us, and in the form of a stipend we pay, we don't say salary. And we have introduced those model, and lot of facilities are being run. In fact, SAF Kolhapur, we have given in ISER Trivandrum, we have given to some startups also. So we have given those kind of, it is getting fruitful things. Those machines are running, and we have given after 6 months, you have to hire them, make some provision, collect some money by conducting many skill development training program on paid basis, and so that you can generate some fund. So these are the things going on. In addition, when we are talking to the Northeast people or some people in Jammu Kashmir, we found that when suppliers supply something, after supplying the equipment, they never go there for any correction or any kind of, if machine is down, they don't go. So we thought, why not we should link them through this portal. If anything will happen, at least if the same supplier is not giving support, you can get the support from other supplier. So let's have a hub of those people. What we have done here, if any equipment, if you will mark down, immediately alert will go to the first person who has already supplied. And we are seeing the response also. Recently we found that someone marked just down in his portal wrongly. Immediately supplier started contacting, oh, what happened to your machine, why it is marked down, because we have got the message from national portal. So this is the importance of such kind of national portal. So we are making those kind of things, and also they are listing their spare parts, products, so that one can know where it is available, how they can purchase. So through this portal, they can do those kind of things also. Another things, as I mentioned, digital catalog we are preparing. So R&D outcomes like patent, publication, technology products, you can list here. And in the last, we have also introduced a model called employment opportunity, where one can list the vacancy of their labs. And also we have told, we are inviting those people who are having the degree, not having any job, they can update their biodata and technical skills, so that if we want to hire, we can find from there and we can do those kind of things, so that appropriate manpower for the particular lab can be obtained. Apart from that, in the circle you can see we have engaged with the AICTE. They have started many idea lab, they are supporting in a big way. And they are trying to create also skilled manpower on operation, tool management kind of things. So we have done those kind of things. We have also introduced this MOU with this engagement with the SAF lab. So that we can connect with the people. Apart from that, We have the S&T chat room where one can discuss, one can throw the idea, other can come and give, like Quora forum we have introduced, and also one-to-one discussion. Like we have a lot of experts here sitting there, but if they want to serve some researchers, they can register there, they can register their domain of expertise. And if I need, I can just go and click that and drop the question. If you are feeling well, you can answer those kind of questions. So those kind of support will be really helpful for the young researchers. And the digital catalog, what we have introduced, is also helping the young researcher who want to decide in which domain they should work, where they should, even without city migration, if they are thinking some kind of research is going on in nearby city and they don't want to go outside city and want to be with their family, they can find those kind of ideas, what is going on, and they can connect with us and we can tell where those domain of expertise or domain of research is going on. They can connect and they can do their master degree or PhD degree in that thing. So that way also it is helping to younger researchers. Another things we have started, when the corona was going on, all the people were sitting in house, they were getting tense. I know if researchers don't go to the lab, they cannot digest even their food. So we started talking to the vendors, how we can get some of the software which is highly used, like ComSol, MathWorks, LabVIEW kind of software. And we started talking to those software vendors, how we can have the perpetual license, where we don't have to upgrade every year, because the AMC cost is even high more than the cost of the product. We thought about that and we introduced those softwares, and currently it is available to all the academic researchers, this kind of softwares. So these are the features what we have put in this portal. Like you can see here, advanced search, you can locate within 10 kilometers, within 50 kilometers, those kind of parameter we have set in this portal so that you can easily get those kind of results what you want. Then also we have introduced the payment gateway, where every custodian institution account number is connected. iSTEM is not having any account where we collect any money or any kind of commission. So this is directly connected. All the institutions, like 2100 institutions are listed currently, and almost 600-700 have already given their bank account, and it is integrated with the portal. If any user pay any money, it goes directly to the custodian account. So those kind of payment gateway with the support of BillDesk we have introduced. We are also on the iOS and Android app. Just you can download the app as iSTEM and you can make use of that. We have really written good guidelines, and if you go to the login page, the left side you can get all the guidelines and you can read, and easily you can come to the portal, make use of this portal, user friendly. We have the customer care, we have option 24/7 you can get connected, and even we have also started connect quickly option, where on the page of the support page you can get the QR code and just you can scan and start dropping the message. You don't have to write any mail, you don't have to contact us. Immediately you can get, and our people are well connected, they will start answering you. Whatever problem is there, even you will give the missed call, those people will call you. Those kind of team we have, dedicated team we have. So these are the benefits. Like we are trying to help in addressing the societal problem. We are trying to create a hub of researchers at the regional basis. Also, we are trying to create live inventory of the equipment. That is going to help to the custodian institution, head of institution. Like anytime they can see what is the condition of the equipment, when it was up, when it was down. All those statistics will come. And how many hours used, what is the actually fund generation from particular one equipment, that kind of information you can see as a head of institution or representative. Also, it will bring the transparency in the bookings and this one. Otherwise, people keep complaining, whenever I go, machine is always down, only for they are using for their own. Those kind of complaints keep going. So what we are thinking, if everything will be there, all the booking, internal, external will be there, then the workload, what is required for any person who is handling the lab will be reduced almost 80%. And many institutions are using. I will show you some example how people are using and how they are generating the fund. They have given the example how they are getting. Also, as I mentioned, experts panel we have put, so almost 350 experts have already registered and they are helping people whoever is in need. Either it is related to the maintenance or it is related to the explanation of the results, what they obtain from the machine. So those kind of things they are doing. So whatever you have idea, the day you join your institute, you don't have to worry about the facilities and infrastructure. You can just go to the portal and find where it is available in nearby region, and you can start your work immediately. You don't have to wait. Your idea will not get lost. So if these kind of things we will do, I think lot of capital budget we can save. And we can give the option to the government to provide the fund to every researcher. And just imagine, I have given one example of transmission electron microscopy. When we were having in INOP phase 2, I have just given the cost of that time in 2014, the transmission electron microscopy basic cost was 8 crore. We got from the government, we established, and still it is working and serving the many researchers. If we can save by creating the awareness, the purchase of 5 TM means we are saving the 40 crore rupees with one equipment. And that can be given to 200 researchers in terms of 20 lakh grant. 20 lakh grant for new researchers is not a small money. So just think, if we can create awareness, we can sensitize people why we are purchasing. If we have something in one department, why it is needed in other department or nearby region, if this kind of equipment, high-end equipments are there. Because it's not that it's easy to purchase, but maintenance is not easy. Lot of manpower, lot of consumable, lot of time will be required to maintain such kind of facility. So you have to think about those things also. We have collaboration with almost all the ministries like CSIR, DST, MOE, AICT. AICT Idea Lab, as I mentioned, we have UGC, ISRO. Every organization has issued a letter that everything should be in iSTEM portal. People should get to know what kind of facilities are available across the country. Apart from that, as I mentioned, we have MOU with this COMSOL, National Instrument. These people are supporting the software. So we have this kind of software. Even many indigenous startup have come, like Urja Energy. The person was working in COMSOL as a MD. He came out. He is the graduate from IIT Bombay. He came out and he thought, why I am working for there? Why I should not work for our country? And they started a company, startup. We have supported a very small catalytic grant to them to just get it grown. And they have given this software, and this is working in electrical vehicle battery. And means any kind of energy application related things, you can do the modeling using this software. And they have given to this portal so that any researcher can use at no cost. Whatever software you are seeing here, all these things are available at no cost to any academic users. So those kind of things are there, so that whatever idea you have, you don't have to feel that you don't have anything like IIT and ISC like that. Tier 2, I'm especially talking for the Tier 2, Tier 3 institutions. Till date, you can see here, 27,000 equipments are already uploaded by the institutions. 2,200 institutions are connected. And 17 to 20,000 users are using this. And the technology, as I mentioned, digital catalog, more than 735 technologies are already listed. And this is all are in last 5 years. Even many have not given. We are trying to collect those data. We are sensitizing people. And every day we are getting some data. So this kind of data is there. I will tell you the domain, how many domains, almost 90-20 domains of research expertise are available here. And the products are there. If you want to work something in technology, you can find what kind of work is already done, so that the efforts what you will start, after that you can see where it is needed. And even the bookings, more than 8,000. You know, when we started this portal, Corona immediately came in 2020 after the launch, and then all the labs got closed. Once it started, after that you can see the requirement and you can see the bookings. More than 8,000 bookings are already done through the portal, and it is getting executed. So we have written very simple steps. If any custodian institution want to register their equipment, very simple steps are there. One can register. And in case you need any support in listing, you can just drop a message. Our people will contact you. They will arrange the demo as many times as it is required. And you can register your equipment, you can update those things. And this is require regular update. It's not that one time you are given the information and then after that nothing is required. Because people will keep seeing the facility. Once they require, they can also approach you for the bookings. So this is the home page of the portal. Like suppose you are searching any equipment, like scanning electron microscopy, you can see how many are there across the country. You can see the result here, just I took, I think 6 months before, 177 equipment from 126 institutions. So to make it user friendly, you can see here the left side, 177 information you have to drag, where it is available. So you can use the either advanced search, and also you can go through the map. And that's why the portal name we gave Indian Science Technology Engineering Facility Map, so that through the map also you can make it user friendly, whichever region you are. Just you have to update your desktop location or laptop location, it will give accordingly the distance and all these things where you want this facility. This is our response team. Like you can contact anyone using the connect quickly concept, or by calling them, everyone number is there, or even the toll free number if you will use, just it will reach to us immediately and we can help you. Also, I want to let you know this is very secure portal. We have audited at least 3 times using the by the STQC, which is the sister concern of the Ministry of Electronics and Information. That we have done. One is the requirement to host in the domain of NIC. Second thing is we want that your data should be secure. It should not be hacked. And more than 5 to 6 times already cyber attacks has happened, but not a single time hacker could disturb the outside page. They could not enter inside. So that way we have made some manual, some automation we have done so that they cannot track those kind of things. So this is very secure portal, audited by STQC. And everywhere which is required, like CAPTCHA we have mentioned as per the suggestion by the NIC team. So we keep doing those kind of changes. Another things in the home page, to reach the requirement, you can see the key highlights we have mentioned, like if you want to talk to expert, you can click those things. So these are the key highlights tab we have given so that easily you can. Also we have introduced the library of standard. In research, you know, to standardize your result, you need some kind of comparison of the results, comparison with the ideal sample. So we have procured some sample like resistance standard, measurement standards. You can get all those lists on the portal, and if you need anything through our Center for Nanoscience Engineering at IISc Bangalore, we can support you in getting those kind of validation. If you want any software, just you go to the software services through iSTEM. Just a simple form is there where you have to give the computer information, and then you can reach to us, and within 1 day or even 1 hour, I used to say, you will get the access of those software what we have in our pocket. Funding opportunity, if you need, like catalytic grant, if you want, you can just go through that. Different kind of forms are there, just fill it, and that only we need some information what you want to do, because ultimately the work what you are doing under your research project, that is his duty to check what kind of work you are doing. We cannot change those things, but of course we try to help you with the technical as well as the infrastructure information so that you can get it done your work easily. We have given an option of for custodian institution, like sometime I found people are having different kind of model of charges, like someone charge on sample basis, someone charge on the hourly basis, someone charge on different mode basis. So we have come up with this kind of matrix where one can choose what kind of rate they want to charge. And also the category, because this portal is available for anyone, either you are individual or you are from academic or you are from industry or startup or even foreign user. International user also use our facility, so we have opened for them also through this portal. So those kind of things are there. Whenever you will decide your category, accordingly you can choose the rate and then you can reach. For the custodian institution, they can get the statistics like that on each instrument, like how many hour machine was available in particular date range. So this is very much helpful for the policy maker. This is very much helpful for the institute custodian who want to decide another equipment to purchase. They can go with this kind of data to any funding agency, and I hope nobody will reject those kind of usage data. So this is going to help in other way also, not only in generating the fund. So this kind of statistics you can get from this portal immediately in one click. This is the dashboard given to every user, whoever is going to register, so that you can get the activity on the dashboard and you can identify where you have to act. So these kind of dashboards are there, how many pendings are there, how many.
Done with the registration part, please proceed towards the plea hall. Our Honorable Ministers is arriving shortly. The gates are going to be closed. Please.
And also there is a feedback system. You can write about the user can write about you. Another things like credit card statement, what we have done in 1 month, we have started iStem account of statement, and every last day of the month around 9 o'clock, you will get this kind of statistics as a statement of account, where it will give you a lot of data, how many faculty you have added, how much money you have earned, how many bookings you have done, and what kind of things are there, and also the link. You can see online and offline form, like PDF will be generated automatically. So in the last, you can get those kind of details. This is the guidelines we have given for the researchers who want to search the equipment. So we have given like this, so that they can make use of this portal, user friendly, and they can also write the feedback about the things, about the custodian institution. So based on that, we can evaluate where something is going wrong, where something is going right, and we can implement if something is going right. To others also we can tell. So those kind of things we are trying to collect the data. So as I mentioned, lot of incentives we have given. If you are coming to the portal, sharing your equipment, you can get lot of benefits. Like as I mentioned, these softwares are available for your researchers, your students at no cost, no usage fee. And all these will be available for longer time because this is perpetual license. Every year we don't have to update. Also, we conduct technical talk every Thursday, and those technical talks are not related to research, but it is about the how to manage the labs, what kind of difficulty people are facing. So those kind of talks, and every Thursday we keep conducting at 3:30. And we also put all those information. Recently, we have conducted many talks by SAIF Bombay. We have conducted many things from SAIF Kolhapur. So those kind of talks we have done. So those people give the talk, like technical operator come forward and give a talk, how they manage their facility, what kind of charges there, how one can access the facility, what kind of precautions they have to take before coming to the instrument. So all those kind of technical management related talk we do. And we have made available these things so that one can go and anytime they can see. Like everyone cannot attend at 3:30, so we upload in the YouTube channel also so that people will get the information. So this kind of activity we have planned, and some we have conducted, like skill development training. Also we are conducting some kind of, we are going to plan a conclave for startups so that startup and academia. So we have identified some 80 startups and we are planning next month, so that we can have a conclave and we can get this kind of academia startup interaction. And we are coming with some new concepts where one can get help from these startups and the startup can get help from the academic labs. We are going to plan this kind of things, and that is also part of our initiative. So as I mentioned, this kind of supports are available for the public. You can go to the website, find these details. If you are not getting any, you require any support, you can contact us and make use of this kind of opportunity given by the government of India. So till date, you can see 2.2 million visitors are 2.02 million visitors are there after the launch to this portal. This is the number available on the home page. You can see that, and these are the data. So across all the states we have already reached, but still we have to work hard, and we need ambassadors like you, so that after going from here, you give this message to everyone, and they should be part of this portal. So we have connected like 2,100 institutions, 27,000 equipment, 22,000 users are registered, 720 developed technology products are there. Now it has reached to 935. These are the example from state university who have generated the fund by sharing just 1 or 2 equipment. You can see the SAF Kolhapur and the Bhartiyar University. Just yesterday night I got this data of 1 year. They are saying from 1 or 2 equipment like NMR, they have generated the fund, and they charge very less charges also they have for academic user. So these kind of outcomes are there through this portal. Initially they conducted some seminar on iStem related things, and wherever they go, they talk about this. Even they started sharing the information through their diary and calendars about the iStem, so that they can get the users. And this is the statistics after 1 year. You can see the data. They started with 11,000 rupees, and nowadays they have collected 1 lakh rupees even the April month. Even April month still it is there. So those kind of examples are there where people are getting support from iStem. Even same thing is true with the Kolhapur. They are also doing really good. So this is the digital catalog, what we have got. Like you can see the domains, like 19 domains or 20 domains are there in that. Lot of technology are collected. If anyone is working in this field, they can go to the portal. They can find the detail, what kind of work is already done, where it is done, all those information you'll get, so that the basic research what is needed to start something, you don't have to repeat. So you can avoid even the repetition of the work what is already done, and that will help you a lot. These are the statistics on the console users. You can see from almost 26 states people are there. We have reached to the even village of the, we have reached to the Bihar, Jharkhand, even the Jammu, Kashmir, Arunachal, everywhere we have reached. And this kind of supports cannot be done without such kind of portal. Even government will try to send, even this kind of things cannot be done if such kind of portal or such kind of access is not available, freely access. As I mentioned, we keep giving the catalog till date. In last March we started. In 1 year we have given 52 grants. And that grants are not more than 1 lakh rupees or 2 lakh rupees. But the outcome is very much encouraging. I gave a grant to one of the college in Coimbatore, where the person was chemistry faculty and he talked in one of the awareness workshop, and I gave that information. He just took small money. Even he just took the letter and started working. He filed 2 patents from that one. He is from one college. So those kind of talents are there, but support is very much required, and this kind of supports I think we are trying to do through the iSTEM, and we have got lot of projects, even the projects in the healthcare domain, electric vehicle battery. So these kind of outcomes are there. Even he published a paper in RSC journal. He just gave this information in October when we were having the PRMC meeting that day. He gave this information. He has published a paper also, not only the filed patent. So if you are feeling you are somewhere not getting grant, you are not getting some support, please contact to us. We will try to materialize those things, and we will try to fulfill the requirement and help you in different way. These are the some tangible outcome. You can see this product. Last year I supported one startup, a student from the Jadavpur University. She came forward, registered in one startup, and she worked on conductive paint. This paint is available in Amazon. Last 2 days before it came. Means 2 days before it came into the Amazon, this conductive e-paint is available for purchase. So these kind of outcomes are coming after supporting small things. And I think government should also think about this, how we can make really good model to support these researchers directly without any intervention of this rules and regulation. So we can do a lot of things. You can see here 167 skilled manpower are now listed on the portal who have taken training in different kind of instruments. If anyone want to hire in their facility, they can go to the portal, they can get help of this. 1 month, as I mentioned, residential training was conducted in Lucknow, and all those people got hired last day of this one. These are the interns we have supported through iSTEM and different facility where people are working and helping the researcher who want to make use of the facilities, and they need that. In the last, I would like to acknowledge all these people, because if I will take the name, it will take a lot of time, but all the private partner, government partner, people who are in the PRMC members, all are supportive to such initiative, because it is some way helping to the needy researcher who cannot even maintain the facility, even they are not having any opportunity to see those kind of facility. So these kind of things are there. In the last, I would like to thank you all for your attention, and I will say you work for the rise of the nation. R is stand for researchers, P in getting R&D resources, I is the industrial technology, even they are not getting technological people, the skilled manpower, and financial issues. S is the society need, and E stand for economy of the country. If we all will take the determination that we have to work for our country, I think we can really work for rise of the nation. With that, I would like to thank you everyone. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Oh, you are here. If you have any question, I can answer. Otherwise, you can.
Request everyone, please proceed towards the green hall. Our honorable ministers arriving shortly.
If any question, anything is there, please let me know. Or you can write us also. We can immediately respond to your queries. Yes, sir. Please. Can someone pass the mic?
Congratulations to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Any other questions? Any comments? Okay.
Sir, this is Satish Kumar from Bharatiyar University.
Yes, sir.
I'm here. Thank you for showing our slide. It is indeed a great pleasure working with you for all the support from the beginning. I think it is because of the support only we could achieve this. And because of our active participation in iSTEM, now we have been promoted as virtual center, regional center, and we are continuing our activity with all the colleges around. And it is immensely useful, and also students are very much benefited from this. Thank you very much for all the support.
Thank you, sir.
We have been supporting a large number of facilities in different universities, etc. If we expose them to this portal, that will be available to large number of researchers for their usage, for their research thing. My question is how we are supporting them in response to their usage. Are we a little bit funding them to keep an update, or how we are supporting them?
Supporting means what?
Because we are going to expose our facilities, institutions' facility to a large online portal. People may come and respond to it, use it. People may need guest house, people may need consumables. There is a funding mechanism available to those facilities? That is my question.
What we have here introduced is a booking calendar. Once person will request, you can answer also through this one, through the portal itself. And if the person, suppose he is not having fund, can approach us, and we can give that catalytic grant, and he can pay to the custodian institution and make use of that. So that mechanism we have adopted here.
Okay, that is basically catalytic grant to individual researcher.
To young researchers, yes.
No, I'm talking of something to the institution who is offering the facility. Catalytic grant to individual researcher is fine because he's using some research equipment here and for doing his own individual research.
For academic institution, what we have kept here, like you can conduct the skill development training program, you can conduct the awareness program, those kind of small support also. We give some small grants, what we have already put in the proposal. And also we give the interns to run those labs for 6 months at least. Okay, we cannot give continuous grant because we are not the funding agency. We are also running as a project, a part of the PSA office projects. So, but we can set a model and then you can go further and ask for the funding to the government agency after setting those models. Yes, sir, you were saying something.
It's a great initiative from government to reach out to the people for optimal utilization of facilities. Now, based on this experience, how are you planning to reach out to a larger cross-section of the institution? How you are limited?
Sir, we keep going every place. We keep creating a lot of awareness through the institution. We keep contacting them and also create virtual training through the online. Nowadays, social media is there where we can really get attention. So we keep doing. So we are part of the all kind of social media. Keep giving the message, encouraging message what we get like product development. So we keep so that people will know. And also we are asking every ministry to write their funding to their whom they have given the projects. So they have also taken initiative. A lot of letter is already out. In fact, one time I requested the PSA office and he wrote to all the chief secretary of the states, so that the college we can reach to the college, because one side we have the resources, but the other side we need the users also. So those kind of things we initiated, and almost every chief secretary of the states, means all 29 states have got this letter, and we have got listed those colleges. But it is ultimately the college principal and college director also duty to inform them when something we are writing. So those kind of things are needed. Of course, we have to reach to those people. Yes, sir.
I think prayers are the wonderful initiative, but if you see the usage and the facilities is very skewed among the states. Are you cognizant of this and any plans to?
Yes. So we have those kind of, this usage you are seeing because of the corona, when we launch and went the message everywhere from the Prime Minister, at that time we were having the info and when users were there, but because of the closing of labs, we could not contact, because all these things are connected with the hardware instruments, right? So all this data, what you are seeing is last 1 year. But still, some people are having their own portal, they are having some limitation, even they don't have manpower to run the instrument, they are struggling with those kind. So I think in next 2-3 years or 5 years, it will be really coming in a good way. That I can say here. But the usage, of course, we have to increase.
Skewed distribution. In some states, those states are big, but only one or two. Are you cognizant of that?
Yes, we have that. Yeah.
So there has been a maintenance, and so there has been always a challenge that you get these facilities, but how do you maintain them? This the figure you were showing about 7 lakh, 8 lakh rupees by some institution, which is a minuscule, even to maintain a small facility. What is your strategy? I mean, what you are advising from your side, from the PSA office?
See, what we are saying, if you connect with the user, at least you can collect some fund, maybe 10-20% of the cost what is needed, immediate one, you can bear those kind of things. And that's why I am showing this example, what those two universities have done. But ultimately, you have to also go to the government and bring the projects. I want to tell you, in IISc Bangalore, even in other IITs also, every faculty member who is part of the central facility will have to bring a project so that he can pay some of the cost for their own students. Everyone is getting charged, okay? So those kind of, some model we have adopted, and I hope many are here, will be agreed to that. We will not do those kind of things, we cannot run such kind of facility. Some revenue model we have to adopt. Any question from our investors? They are the user.
Sorry, I'm Professor Vishwa from MIT. Actually, my concern is you are telling about your facility. There is a several existing facility also there, right, with high-end instrument. So you are also connecting those facilities, right? And how that in this currently in the Instant portal we can see the instrument list over there. But do have a plan to make it more convenient to go directly for the users?
No, see, this is portal is just an enabler and connecting all the research facility across the country.
Yes.
Okay. So we are trying to invite users so that they can make use of those through the booking calendar and reach to the people. And it's optional. It's not that every time your equipment will be always available. He can go to the other instruments also. So those options also we are providing in the search so that he can make use of those things. Okay. And we have planned to connect all the research facility which is being established by the government. Even the many private lab have given their data so that the researcher can make use of those things also.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sanjeev Srivastava ji, for your enlightening talk and a very interactive session. हमारे आज के मुख्य अतिथि डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह जी किसी भी समय हमारे मध्य उपस्थित होंगे। सभी से अनुरोध कृपया अपना स्थान शीघ्र ग्रहण करें। सभी से अनुरोध अपने मोबाइल फ़ोन्स कृपया साइलेंट मोड पे कर लीजिए तथा ऑडिटोरियम का डेकोरम बना के रखें।
appropriate facilities. On the other hand, there are many government agencies that have invested huge funds in institutions nationwide to procure and set up such equipment and facilities. But these are often not utilized all the time. This results in wastage of high-value equipment or facilities. So these R&D facilities must be shared with researchers who need them. This will result in optimal use of public-funded equipment and facilities, as well as help many researchers to make their work more complete and sophisticated. So, how can we connect these available geographically dispersed resources with researchers who need them? Introducing iSTEM, linking researchers and resources, a national web portal that provides details of all types of R&D equipment or facilities available for use in institutions across the country. Researchers can now get access to the facilities they require for their R&D effort. The portal now lists more than 3,000 equipment installed at about 70 organizations or institutions in the country. Researchers can also search for the required equipment or facilities using the advanced GeoSearch feature. That is, researchers can find the nearest location where a particular equipment or facility is available. The portal also provides information about the health, up, down, under repair of the equipment, description of the equipment, availability of time slots for using them, and hourly cost of using it. Researchers can now request the time slot they desire online and start using facilities on a pay-and-use basis. Institutions can get benefited by generating additional revenue by listing their equipment or facility on iSTEM. iSTEM helps in reducing duplication of equipment or facilities across departments or institutions. This results in optimal utilization of the precious public funds. With iSTEM, researchers can inexpensively access ready-to-use research infrastructure across the country. Research community can gain from iSTEM and improve the quality and quantity of research. For all your research equipment or facility requirements, log on to iSTEM, linking researchers and resources. www.istem.gov.in, an initiative of the Government of India, which is now featured as one of the major achievements of science, technology and innovation in 2018. Developed by scientists at the Indian Institute of Science, Bengaluru.
माननीय मुख्य अतिथि डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह जी हमारे मध्य पधार चुके हैं। जोरदार तालियों की गड़गड़ाहट द्वारा माननीय मंत्री महोदय जी का कृपया अभिवादन करें। बहुत बहुत स्वागत माननीय आपका। हम हृदय से स्वागत करते हैं माननीय मुख्य अतिथि डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह जी का, माननीय राज्य मंत्री विज्ञान और प्रौद्योगिकी मंत्रालय तथा पृथ्वी विज्ञान मंत्रालय का। डॉक्टर एस चंद्रशेखर जी, आदरणीय सचिव विज्ञान एवं प्रौद्योगिकी विभाग। डॉक्टर अखिलेश गुप्ता जी, आदरणीय सचिव विज्ञान एवं इंजीनियरिंग अनुसंधान बोर्ड तथा वरिष्ठ सलाहकार विज्ञान एवं प्रौद्योगिकी विभाग। डॉक्टर प्रतिष्ठा पांडे जी, प्रमुख अनुसंधान और विकास अवसंरचना प्रभाग। उपस्थित सभी गणमान्य सम्मानित व्यक्ति विशेष, विभिन्न विश्वविद्यालयों से आए कुलपति व संकाय सदस्य, विभिन्न मंत्रालयों से सम्मिलित अधिकारीगण, उपस्थित प्रख्यात वैज्ञानिक, विज्ञान एवं प्रौद्योगिकी विभाग से उपस्थित सभी अधिकारीगण एवं मीडिया कर्मियों का आज विज्ञान एवं प्रौद्योगिकी विभाग द्वारा आयोजित विश्वविद्यालय अनुसंधान उत्सव 2023 में हार्दिक स्वागत, हार्दिक अभिनंदन है। हमारा परम सौभाग्य कि माननीय राज्य मंत्री विज्ञान और प्रौद्योगिकी मंत्रालय तथा पृथ्वी विज्ञान मंत्रालय डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह जी ने आज अपनी गरिमामयी उपस्थिति हमें प्रदान की तथा कार्यक्रम को शोभायमान करते हुए हमारे मध्य मंचासीन हैं। माननीय, आपकी उपस्थिति एवं समर्थन हम सभी के लिए प्रेरणादायक है। देवियों और सज्जनों, भारत के माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने नवंबर 2021 में मिशन लाइफ का आह्वान किया, जो पृथ्वी के संरक्षण पर केंद्रित है। इसी पहल के समर्थन में अब हम पौधा भेंट कर अपने माननीय अतिथियों का स्वागत करना चाहेंगे। हमारा निवेदन डॉक्टर शिव प्रसाद जी से कि वे डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह जी, माननीय राज्य मंत्री जी को पौधा भेंट कर कृपया उनका अभिवादन करें, उनका स्वागत करें। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद महोदय। अब हम स्वागत करना चाहेंगे डॉक्टर एस चंद्रशेखर जी, सचिव डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी का। आमंत्रित करते हैं डॉक्टर अरिंदम भट्टाचार्य जी को कि वे डॉक्टर एस चंद्रशेखर जी का कृपया स्वागत करें। धन्यवाद महोदय। सरिदय स्वागत है डॉक्टर अखिलेश गुप्ता जी, सचिव SCRB एवं वरिष्ठ सलाहकार डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी का। आमंत्रण देना चाहेंगे डॉक्टर जी हरीश कुमार जी को कि वे डॉक्टर अखिलेश गुप्ता जी का कृपया अभिवादन करें। धन्यवाद महोदय। सरिदय स्वागत है डॉक्टर प्रतिष्ठा पांडे जी, प्रमुख अनुसंधान और विकास अवसंरचना प्रभाग का। आमंत्रण देना चाहेंगे डॉक्टर प्रभाकर मोहंती जी को कि वे डॉक्टर प्रतिष्ठा पांडे जी का कृपया स्वागत करें। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद महोदया। आप सभी की जीवन बगिया इन पल्लवों की भांति सदैव प्रफुल्लित रहे, ऐसी हम सभी की मंगल कामना है। आप सभी का पुनः स्वागत है। दीप ज्योतिर नमस्तुते, ये भारतीय परंपरा के संस्कार हैं हमारे। दिए की लौ प्रभामंडल है सकारात्मक ऊर्जा का। हम भारतीय परंपरा का निर्वाह करते हुए कार्यक्रम की शुरुआत देव आवाहन के साथ दीप प्रज्वलन द्वारा करेंगे। विनम्र अनुरोध करना चाहेंगे माननीय राज्य मंत्री डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह जी एवं मंचासीन सभी वरिष्ठ अधिकारीगणों से कि वे कृपया मणि दीप प्रज्वलित कर आज के पुनीत अवसर का शुभारंभ करें।
दीपज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते, दीपज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते, दीपज्योतिः परब्रह्म, दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः, दीपज्योतिः परब्रह्म, दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः, दीपो हरतु मे पापं, सन्ध्यादीप नमोस्तुते। ओ दीप ब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं, ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः, ओ दीप
सूर्य का प्रतीकात्मक रूप से साक्षी यह दीप प्रज्वलित हो गया है। प्रगति का मार्ग और प्रशस्त करेगा, ऐसी हम सभी की मंगल कामना है। परम सम्मानित महानुभावों का मंच पर पुनः स्वागत है। अब हमारा नम्र निवेदन डॉक्टर प्रतिष्ठा पांडे, प्रमुख अनुसंधान और विकास अवसंरचना प्रभाग से, कि वे कृपया स्वागत उद्बोधन प्रस्तुत करें।
Namaskar. Good morning to all. Honorable Minister of State, Independent Charge of Ministry of Science and Technology and Earth Sciences, Dr. Jitendra Singh, Secretary Department of Science and Technology, Dr. Chandrasekhar, Dr. Akhilesh Gupta, Secretary, Science and Engineering Research Board, Senior Advisor, DST, Shri Vishwajit Sahai, Additional Secretary and Financial Advisor, Department of Science and Technology, members of Program Management Board of PERS, Vice Chancellors of different universities, scientific faculty from different universities who have come all the way for attending this Utsav, distinguished scientists, researchers, colleagues from DST and SCRB, officials from other ministries, and media personals. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to Vishvidyalaya Anusandhan Utsav 2023, a gathering of academicians, scientists, researchers to celebrate in Amrit Kal the pursuit of knowledge and innovation. I am thankful to all the delegates from different parts of the country for joining us today. We are grateful that despite his hectic schedule, Honorable Minister Sir accepted our invitation. His presence motivates and energizes us to work hard towards achieving the vision of Honorable Prime Minister to step up the efforts to make the country the most advanced laboratory of modern science in the Amrit Kal, the next 25 years leading to centenary of India's independence. माननीय मंत्री जी की उपस्थिति से बहुत प्रोत्साहन मिला. Thank you, sir. Taking the vision of Honorable Prime Minister forward in achieving the global benchmarks, DST is committed and steering various programs for research infrastructure building in academic institutions, universities, and colleges, and consistently empowering the research capacities of Indian universities by implementing various programs like FIST and PERS. Under FIST, Department of Science and Technology has supported 3,074 departments in Pan-India, with Pan-India outreach with a budget of rupees 3,130 crores. Under PERS, flexible grants are provided to the universities to keep the vigor of conducting highly challenging R&D activities. And PERS program has supported in various parts of the country. The universities have been the beneficiaries of PERS program with an investment of rupees 950 crores. Today, a book on the achievements and impact of DST PERS is being released during the Utsav. DST has in recent years restructured and reoriented PERS program. A combination of I-10 index of the faculty, H index of the university are the new parameters for selection of universities under PERS program. And universities have been encouraged to carry out the mission mode research activities to focus on thrust areas which align with the national priorities of excellence and to align with Atmanirbhar Bharat. Inclusivity is a unique feature of DST's infrastructure programs. Apart from supporting premier tier 1 institutions in the country like IITs and IISers, DST is taking lead in supporting various state-funded universities and also colleges. Further, under the special drive announced by department, 12 new universities have been selected from Northeastern region, Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, and few other states with a total budget of 127 crores. All 12 universities have been invited today for disbursement of PERS grant. In this endeavor, we have been blessed to get full support from our Honorable Minister implementing DST mandate and introducing new schemes and initiatives. India is now ranked third in the number of scientific publications and third in the number of PhDs awarded in science and engineering. The impact of infrastructure schemes of department have played a very instrumental role in increasing the total publication output in quantity as well as quality across various disciplines. various universities and departments are able to produce very high impact factor publications with high impact factor. I am grateful to Secretary DST for continuously guiding us in formulation of new schemes and initiatives. Supreme is a new scheme to be launched today. Supreme supports upgradation and repair maintenance issues of the equipments in all DST supported projects. Under the leadership of Secretary DST, Sathi scheme, which is a high level of infrastructure program, is now revamped in a cluster mode. And this is a major exercise carried by the department recently, and establishment of new Sathi centers with national level infrastructure facilities, which will be very useful for industries and researchers, is underway. In the long day event, we are showcasing the achievements of 33 PERS supported universities in the exhibition hall. I request all the delegates and participants to visit the exhibition hall after the inaugural event. Thank you and Jai Hind.
आपके संबोधन एवं प्रोत्साहन के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद महोदया। अब हमारा नम्र निवेदन डॉक्टर अखिलेश गुप्ता जी, सचिव विज्ञान और इंजीनियरिंग अनुसंधान बोर्ड एवं वरिष्ठ सलाहकार विज्ञान और प्रौद्योगिकी विभाग से, कि वे अपने विचार कृपया हमसे साझा करें।
Honorable Minister, Science and Technology, Dr. Jitendra Singh ji, Dr. S. Chandrasekhar, Secretary, the Government of Science and Technology, Dr. Pratishtha Pandey, our Additional Secretary and Finance Advisor, Mr. Vishwa Sahai, Joint Secretary, Dhanlakshmi ji, some distinguished experts from different institutions, I can see Professor Manna, Professor Ram Gopal Rao, and many others. A very good morning to everybody. R&D infrastructure is known to play a critical role in the success of any research program in a country. This is globally known that the R&D infrastructure is very, very important for success. Typically, in India, that the research support that we provide from extramural funding agency comprises of three parts: the manpower support, the equipment support, and the contingency. There's no clear division, but we understand it's one third, like that. Now, this is again, typically, let me give the figure from SCRB. Nearly 75% of the funding from SCRB goes in the, say the total amount for 3 years could be 50 to 60 lakh. So the money for equipment is nearly 20-25 lakh. That is a typical average, I'm saying, but this is the, so when you come to R&D infrastructure, it is said, and this is a study that the National Research, National Science Foundation has carried out, that no impactful research can be done unless you have sufficient money for the R&D infrastructure. And I study, very interesting study that we replicated in DST. That that essential study that how much fund you need for an impactful research. So if you do less funding, then also it is not impactful. But also interestingly, if you do too much of funding, then also it is not very impactful. So there is an optimum amount that is needed for the impactful research in the country. India is, has a very diverse ecosystem, STI ecosystem. We have something like 14 key S&T requirements. We have something like 6,000 R&D institutions, more than 1,000 universities, 45,000 colleges. The three category of degree awarding institution, the National Institute of Importance, the central university, state university, and the private university. If you look at the funding quantum, so the National Institute of Importance like ISC, IIT and all, they have full of funding. Central funding and other kind of funding are available to them. Central university also have so much of fund. I had that privilege of being the secretary of University Grant Commission 10 years back. So I traveled to universities and realized that the state universities are the only category where we have very, very inadequate R&D infrastructure, except for few which have been good, nicely funded, like, Punjab University is one that you see. They, in fact, if you see that, the DST scheme, R&D scheme, comprises of FIST, FIRST, SAC, SATHI, all are very popular in these universities and colleges. But they are the only hope that they get funding something, because the funding that state universities get are mostly utilized for physical infrastructure or the salary. And therefore, the research, as Pratishtha mentioned, that some of these universities have utilized this R&D infrastructure for doing, strengthening their research, and they have been able to do something very great. Recently, in fact, we launched guidelines on what's called Shriman Guideline, Scientific Research Infrastructure for Maintenance and Network. The idea behind bringing out these guidelines are that the R&D infrastructure that is provided as part of the research support, how it is utilized in its complete life cycle, from the cradle to grave, how it is in. Like, this is another thing which is very important. The lifetime of an equipment is normally larger than the credit period. And therefore, this is an issue of, the support for the maintenance beyond the credit period, and sometimes the PIs struggle for those kind of things. I think the point that I would like to another mention, and since FA is here, this is another issue that we all PIs struggle, that when we give a grant for a project, it is normally expected that it will be distributed over 3 years period if it is a 3-year period. But equipment is required in the very first year, and full equipment. You can't buy the half equipment. That, so this is another area, and then I think the finance have started realizing that it should be done in phases where it should be effectively utilized. I'm really kind of honored to be part of this important concern, and sure there will be greater delegation today and this conference. I compliment Dr. Pratishtha and her team for organizing this event, and sure you all really benefited. So with that, I thank everybody and thanks organizers for having invited me. Thank you very much.
आपके प्रोत्साहन तथा मार्गदर्शन के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर। अब हमारा सविनय आग्रह डॉक्टर एस चंद्रशेखर जी, सचिव विज्ञान एवं प्रौद्योगिकी विभाग से, कि वे कृपया हमारा मार्गदर्शन करें।
Honorable Minister of State for Ministry of Science and Technology and Earth Sciences, Dr. Jitendra Singh ji, Akhilesh, Pratishtha, friends in the audience, greetings to all of you. I welcome one and all present here to the Vishvidyalaya Anusandhan Utsav 2023. We are here to celebrate one of the mega programs of DST, the PERS. You all are aware of the DST's contributions in building capacity in this country. Establishing modern SNT infrastructure has been one of the primary activities of our department. In R&D landscape of the country, DST has created 4 major programs at 4 different levels, at departmental level, at institutional level, regional and national levels. For every researcher in the country who is looking for research infrastructure and services, the programs such as FIST, PERS, SAIF, Sathi have been most demanding schemes. Just to tell you, when we reorganized our Sathi program, we have got about 140 proposals, and each proposal with a cluster of 5 institutes. It shows that over 700 institutes have participated in the Sathi program. The scientific fraternity has received a wonderful gift in the last week, the cabinet approval on the establishment of the National Quantum Mission to tune of over 6,000 crores. I'm sure this will give large boost to all of us. I'm sure the scientific community will live up to the expectations of the government and deliver what we have to deliver. PERS scheme was framed exclusively for strengthening the research capacities of Indian universities and based on the H-index of the performing universities. Flexible infrastructure grants were provided to universities for building their infrastructure. While excellence has been kept as the benchmark for the selection of grant seekers, DST realized, in partnership with our finance department, headed by Vishwajit and also Akhilesh Jha, that some of the states have not really taken advantage of the kind of programs we are running in the infrastructure. We realized that places like the northeastern region, Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Bihar, surprisingly Telangana and Rajasthan have not taken advantage of these programs to the extent what we wanted. So inspired by the Honorable Prime Minister's address to become India self-reliant based on 5 pillars, the economy, infrastructure, technology-driven system, vibrant demography and demand, and also we wanted to increase number of researchers per million population. We realized that infrastructure plays an important role, and we gave a special call, and today Honorable Minister will felicitate those Vice Chancellors who have got the special call this time. Launch of Supreme scheme is a novel scheme which we launched this year, where we realized that the equipment what we have funded already either is not functional or requires upgradation. So this call Supreme will enable all of you to see that some of the old equipment which has become defunct or requires AMCs or maintenance could use this call and upgrade your equipment. We all know that the future of scientific research will engage with deeper and more widespread multidisciplinary collaborations, and equipment and infrastructure plays an important role. Also, we do desire that all the instrumentation facilities which have been provided under various programs of DST come under GLP ISO norms so that the standards for data integrity remain. We all know that one data manipulation or one wrong data will damage the institute's reputation. So I urge all of you that how you could really upgrade your facilities into GLP norms or ISO standards at least should be taken on top priority. I sincerely hope DST initiatives, including PERS, will empower the Indian university to evolve into world-class centers of our education and research. I also would like to urge that we have a 3-member committee in DST who is visiting all the infrastructure facilities where DST has funded more than 5 crores per call to see whether those equipment are up and running or whether these equipment are being used by other than the universities where these are located. I request all of you to cooperate with our colleagues. Thank you. Jai Hind.
आपके प्रेरणादायक संदेश के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद महोदय। डीएसटी द्वारा विश्वविद्यालयों के लिए विशेष रूप से चलाए जा रहे फ्लैगशिप इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर कार्यक्रमों में से एक है पर्स, यानी प्रमोशन ऑफ यूनिवर्सिटी रिसर्च एंड साइंटिफिक एक्सीलेंस, जिसका मुख्य उद्देश्य है भारतीय विश्वविद्यालयों की अनुसंधान क्षमता को मजबूत करना। आइए देखते हैं पर्स कार्यक्रम पर आधारित एक वीडियो प्रस्तुति।
साइंस के प्रयास बड़ी उपलब्धियों में तभी बदल सकते हैं जब वो लैब से निकलकर लैंड तक पहुंचे।
अब केवल प्रयोग और शोध और रिसर्च की बात नहीं है। यदि हमने अपने जीवन में अपने बेंचमार्क्स विश्व स्तर के लाने हैं, if we have to live up to the global benchmarks, we have to also improve our living standards up to the global benchmark. तो उसके लिए ये साइंस टेक्नोलॉजी को शोध को लाना जरूरी है.
Scientific research has always been a crucial component of national development, and a strong scientific infrastructure is essential for its success. Universities play a critical role in driving research and innovation, and well-equipped universities are essential to enable researchers to generate high-quality data, analyze and interpret results, and draw meaningful conclusions from their experiments. However, in this era of ever-evolving technology, upgrading scientific equipment and infrastructure has become a necessity, not only to enhance research capability and output, but also to keep pace with global S&T trends. To strengthen the research capabilities and capacities of universities, the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India is implementing promotion of university research and scientific excellence, that is, PERS program. PERS caters to the high-end research infrastructure needs of universities and aims to support a more equitable distribution of scientific resources.
The genesis of DST PERS scheme is to certainly strengthen the research capacity of the Indian universities and provide support for nurturing the research ecosystem and strengthening the R&D base of the universities in the country. I sincerely hope PERS will empower the Indian universities to evolve into world-class centers of higher education and research, enabling India to push for more deeper collaborations.
Through PERS, DST has disbursed over Rs 950 crores to support pan-India universities. This funding has allowed universities to augment their research infrastructure, supporting potentially high-impact interdisciplinary research aligned with national priorities and missions. PERS grants have been used to strengthen various thematic areas such as human health, materials for energy harvesting, sensing and organic synthesis, electric mobility, agriculture, clean energy, additive manufacturing, climate change studies, high-yielding process and technologies, cancer biology, advanced material characterization, development of nanomaterials and many others.
DST PERS program has promoted research excellence in Indian university system in diverse thematic areas. The scheme triggered a healthy competition among universities in the country. The key feature of PERS is its focus on promoting interdisciplinary research and innovation and cultivating a strong culture of inter-institutional and intra-institutional research collaborations.
As special R&D activities in new and emerging areas in the university ecosystems of Northeastern region, Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Bihar, Telangana and Rajasthan, the department announced a special drive in 2022. 12 universities from these states have been selected for the prestigious PERS grant, recognizing their potential to drive scientific research in their respective regions. This grant has provided these universities with the necessary funding and resources to establish state-of-the-art scientific infrastructure and facilities, attract talented faculty and students, and promote interdisciplinary research collaborations. With the continued support of DST and other stakeholders, Indian universities are poised to take on the world of scientific research and achieve even greater heights of excellence.
भारत की साइंटिफिक कम्युनिटी भारत को 21वीं सदी में वो मुकाम हासिल कराएगी जिसका वो हमेशा हकदार रहा है.
The creation of a network of high-end advanced instrumentation facilities has helped to develop a robust research ecosystem encouraging cross-disciplinary applications and contributing to the goal of a self-reliant India.
निस्संदेह इस वीडियो प्रस्तुति द्वारा यह सिद्ध होता है कि डीएसटी पर्स परियोजना द्वारा देश भर के विश्वविद्यालयों की अनुसंधान प्रणाली एवं विकास आधार को मजबूत करने की ओर तत्पर है। पर्स परियोजना के परिणाम स्वरूप आज कश्मीर से कन्याकुमारी हो या गुजरात से अरुणाचल प्रदेश, देश भर के विश्वविद्यालय राष्ट्रीय प्राथमिकताओं के अनुरूप अनुसंधान की दिशा में अग्रसर हैं। पर्स की उपलब्धियों को विज्ञान एवं प्रौद्योगिकी विभाग ने सार संग्रह यानी कंपेंडियम के रूप में एक साथ संयोजित किया है। हमारा माननीय राज्य मंत्री विज्ञान और प्रौद्योगिकी मंत्रालय तथा पृथ्वी विज्ञान मंत्रालय डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह जी से विनम्र अनुरोध कि वे कृपया अपने कर कमलों द्वारा पर्स कंपेंडियम का विमोचन करें। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद माननीय मंत्री महोदय एवं सभी वरिष्ठ अधिकारीगणों का। आप सभी से अनुरोध पुनः अपना स्थान कृपया ग्रहण करें। देवियों और सज्जनों, वर्ष 2023 में विज्ञान और प्रौद्योगिकी विभाग द्वारा शुरू की गई एक नई परियोजना सुप्रीम मौजूदा एनालिटिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंटेशन फैसिलिटीज को बढ़ाने के लिए मरम्मत, उन्नयन, रखरखाव, रिट्रोफिटिंग या अतिरिक्त संलग्न प्राप्त करने के लिए वित्तीय सहायता प्रदान करती है। हमारा माननीय राज्य मंत्री डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह जी से पुनः विनम्र अनुरोध कि वे कृपया इस नवीन परियोजना सुप्रीम का प्रक्षेपण करें, लॉन्च करें। हमारा माननीय राज्य मंत्री डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह जी से पुनः विनम्र अनुरोध कि वे कृपया नवीन परियोजना सुप्रीम का अपने कर कमलों द्वारा प्रक्षेपण करें, लॉन्च करें।
Today, on this occasion of Vishvidyalaya Anusandhan Utsav 2023, Department of Science and Technology launched a first-of-its-kind scheme support for preventive repair and maintenance of equipment, Supreme. To provide financial support for repair, upgradation, maintenance, retrofitting or acquiring additional attachment to increase functional capabilities of existing analytical instrumentation facilities supported by DST in various universities, laboratories and academic institutions. The program support can significantly boost the research environment in universities, leading to increased productivity, better research outcomes and a more favorable research environment.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद माननीय। हम पुनः माननीय मंत्री महोदय जी से सविनय आग्रह करना चाहेंगे कि वे कृपया विशेष आवाहन के तहत 12 चुने गए विश्वविद्यालयों को अपने कर कमलों द्वारा पर्स अनुदान सौंपने की कृपा करें। मंच पर क्रमशः बुलाना चाहेंगे सर्वप्रथम गुवाहाटी यूनिवर्सिटी के वाइस चांसलर प्रोफेसर प्रताप ज्योति हंदीक जी को, जिनके प्रोजेक्ट की थीम है मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी अप्रोच फॉर द यूटिलाइजेशन ऑफ नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज एंड एडवांस मटीरियल्स फॉर सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट। प्रोफेसर प्रताप ज्योति हंदीक जी माननीय राज्य मंत्री द्वारा ग्रांट प्राप्त करते हुए जोरदार तालियों से सभी से अनुरोध कि इस ऐतिहासिक पल को यादगार बनाएं। धन्यवाद सर। बुलाना चाहेंगे बिरला इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी मिस्रा से वाइस चांसलर प्रोफेसर इंद्रानी मन्ना जी को, जिनके प्रोजेक्ट की थीम है सेंटर फॉर एडवांस रिसर्च ऑन मशीन लर्निंग फॉर जियोस्पेशियल एनालिटिक्स एंड सॉल्यूशंस फॉर झारखंड स्टेट। प्रोफेसर इंद्रनील मन्ना माननीय राज्य मंत्री जी से ग्रांट प्राप्त करते हुए। बुलाना चाहेंगे पंडित रविशंकर शुक्ला यूनिवर्सिटी रायपुर छत्तीसगढ़ से प्रोफेसर सच्चिदानंद शुक्ला जी को, प्रोजेक्ट थीम इंटीग्रेटिव अप्रोच टुवर्ड्स डेवलपिंग सेंसिंग मेजरमेंट डिवाइसेस एंड मिटिगेशन मेथड्स फॉर एनवायरमेंटल पोल्यूटेंट्स नोन फॉर पोटेंशियल इम्पैक्ट ऑन हेल्थ एंड क्लाइमेट चेंज। प्रोफेसर सच्चिदानंद शुक्ला जी माननीय राज्य मंत्री महोदय जी से ग्रांट प्राप्त करते हुए। क्रमशः आमंत्रण देना चाहेंगे यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ लद्दाख से वाइस चांसलर प्रोफेसर एस.के. मेहता जी को, प्रोजेक्ट थीम सेंटर फॉर ग्रीन एनर्जी एंड एनवायरमेंटल स्टडीज एट यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ लद्दाख। प्रोफेसर एस.के. मेहता जी माननीय राज्य मंत्री डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह जी के कर कमलों द्वारा ग्रांट प्राप्त करते हुए। जोरदार तालियों से सभी यूनिवर्सिटी वाइस चांसलर्स और आई टीम का कृपया मनोबल बढ़ाएं। आमंत्रण देना चाहेंगे अशोका यूनिवर्सिटी हरियाणा से प्रोफेसर सोमक राय चौधरी जी को, प्रोजेक्ट थीम अ होलिस्टिक व्यू ऑफ डिजीज डायनामिक्स इन इंडियन कंटेक्स्ट। प्रोफेसर सोमक रे चौधरी जी माननीय राज्य मंत्री महोदय जी से ग्रांट प्राप्त कर रहे हैं। क्रमशः आमंत्रण देना चाहेंगे इंटरनेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी हैदराबाद से वाइस चांसलर प्रोफेसर नारायणन पीजे जी को, थीम प्रोजेक्ट fabrication and characterization of flexible biosensors and bioactuators for healthcare applications. Professor Narayanan PJ. निवेदन करना चाहेंगे जेसी बोस यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी YMCA फरीदाबाद से वाइस चांसलर प्रोफेसर सुशील कुमार तोमर जी को कि वे प्रोजेक्ट थीम बायोटेक्नोलॉजिकल इंटरवेंशंस फॉर एनवायरनमेंट हेल्थ मैनेजमेंट थीम पर माननीय राज्य मंत्री महोदय जी से कृपया ग्रांट प्राप्त करें। प्रोफेसर सुशील कुमार तोमर जी। निवेदन करना चाहेंगे वाइस चांसलर प्रोफेसर नज़ीर अहमद गनाई जी शेर कश्मीर यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ एग्रीकल्चरल साइंसेज एंड टेक्नोलॉजी कश्मीर से, जिनके प्रोजेक्ट की थीम है एडवांस R&D सेंटर फॉर एफिशिएंट एंड क्लाइमेट रेजिलिएंट एग्रीकल्चर प्रोडक्शन अंडर टेम्परेट कंडीशंस ऑफ जम्मू एंड कश्मीर। प्रोफेसर नज़ीर अहमद जी माननीय राज्य मंत्री डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह जी से ग्रांट प्राप्त कर रहे हैं। आमंत्रण देना चाहेंगे प्रोफेसर अतुल खोसला जी को शूलिनी यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ बायोटेक्नोलॉजी एंड मैनेजमेंट स्टडीज सोलन हिमाचल प्रदेश से, जिनका प्रोजेक्ट है हार्नेसिंग हिमालयन बायोडाइवर्सिटी इट्स कंजर्वेशन एंड सस्टेनेबल मैनेजमेंट। प्रोफेसर अतुल खोसला जी। निवेदन करना चाहेंगे प्रोफेसर शकील अहमद रोमशू जी इस्लामिक यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी अवंतीपोरा जम्मू एंड कश्मीर से, जिनके प्रोजेक्ट की थीम है एस्टैब्लिशमेंट ऑफ एन इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी रिसर्च प्रोग्राम फॉर क्रोनिक डिजीजेस। प्रोफेसर शकील अहमद जी। आमंत्रण देना चाहेंगे डिब्रूगढ़ यूनिवर्सिटी असम के वाइस चांसलर प्रोफेसर जीतेन हजारिका जी को, जिनका प्रोजेक्ट है डिजाइनिंग मल्टी फंक्शनल ट्रांजिशन मेटल बेस्ड नैनो स्ट्रक्चर्ड मटीरियल्स फॉर कैटलाइजिंग एंड एनर्जी एप्लीकेशंस। प्रोफेसर जितेंद्र हजारिका जी माननीय राज्य मंत्री महोदय जी से ग्रांट प्राप्त कर रहे हैं। इन लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट आमंत्रण देना चाहेंगे मणिपाल यूनिवर्सिटी जयपुर से वाइस चांसलर प्रोफेसर जी.के. प्रभु जी को, जिनका प्रोजेक्ट है डेवलपमेंट एंड यूटिलाइजेशन ऑफ हाई वैल्यू प्रोडक्ट फ्रॉम वेस्ट रिसोर्सेज सर्कुलर सोल्यूशन फॉर एग्रीकल्चरल एंड नॉन एग्रीकल्चरल एप्लीकेशंस। प्रोफेसर जी.के. प्रभु जी, माननीय राज्य मंत्री महोदय डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह जी के कर कमलों द्वारा पर्स अनुदान प्राप्त करते हुए। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद माननीय मंत्री महोदय तथा हृदय से आभार। परम सम्मानित महानुभावों से अनुरोध कि वे पुनः मंच पर अपना स्थान ग्रहण करें। सभी उपस्थित वाइस चांसलर्स एवं उनकी संकाय सदस्यों की टीम को हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। देवी और सज्जनों, एक प्रभावशाली व्यक्तित्व की गरिमामय उपस्थिति ही किसी भी कार्यक्रम की सफलता सुनिश्चित करती है और ऐसा ही महान और प्रभावशाली व्यक्तित्व है निवेदन करना चाहेंगे सभी वाइस चांसलर्स जिन्होंने अभी माननीय राज्य मंत्री जी के कर कमलों द्वारा पर्स अनुदान प्राप्त किया है, कृपया मंच की ओर आ जाएं। माननीय मंत्री महोदय जी के साथ एक समूह चित्र के लिए अपने अनुदान, अपने ग्रांट की प्रीति अपने साथ कृपया लेकर आएं, मंच की ओर आ जाएं। माननीय राज्य मंत्री महोदय जी से सविनय आग्रह, कृपया मंच के सामने की ओर आने की कृपा करें। हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करते हैं माननीय मंत्री महोदय जी का, जिन्होंने सभी वाइस चांसलर्स तथा उनकी टीम जिन्होंने आज यह अनुदान प्राप्त किया उनके साथ ग्रुप फोटो लेने की कृपा की। सभी सम्मानित महानुभावों से अनुरोध, कृपया मंच पर अपना स्थान ग्रहण करें। कार्यक्रम को आगे बढ़ाते हुए हम यहाँ कहना चाहेंगे कि एक प्रभावशाली व्यक्तित्व की गरिमामय उपस्थिति ही किसी भी कार्यक्रम की सफलता सुनिश्चित करती है और ऐसा ही महान एवं प्रभावशाली व्यक्तित्व है हमारे आज के मुख्य अतिथि माननीय राज्य मंत्री विज्ञान और प्रौद्योगिकी मंत्रालय तथा पृथ्वी विज्ञान मंत्रालय डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह जी का। एक मेडिकल प्रैक्टिशनर होने के साथ साथ आप एक लेखक, प्रोफेसर तथा न्यूज़पेपर कॉलमनिस्ट भी हैं। आपको प्रतिष्ठित पत्रकारिता के लिए जमुना देवी ज्ञान देवी पुरस्कार, जिपमर पुदुचेरी में व्याख्यान के लिए स्वर्ण पदक और उत्कृष्ट व्यक्तित्व पुरस्कार से भी सम्मानित किया गया है। हम अत्यंत गौरवान्वित हैं कि आज आप हमारे मध्य मुख्य अतिथि के रूप में विराजमान हैं। माननीय, आपने अपनी प्रगतिशील सोच से देश को आगे बढ़ने में बहुमूल्य योगदान दिया है। आपकी जीवन यात्रा तथा आपका सकारात्मक आभा मंडल हमें अपने कर्तव्यों के प्रति कर्मठ रहने की ओर निरंतर प्रेरित करता है। हमारा आपसे विनम्र अनुरोध कि अपनी ओजमयी वाणी में प्रेरणादायक संदेश द्वारा कृपया हमें अनुग्रहित करें।
Thank you for your kind introduction. Secretary Science and Technology, Government of India, Dr. S. Chandrasekhar, Dr. Akhilesh, Dr. Pratibha, Senior Vice Chancellors, members of the faculty, fellow scientists, students, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I have to congratulate all the Vice Chancellors who have received these awards. I think a well-deserved honor. Usually, the teachers are rarely awarded except for the Teachers' Day. So, I'm glad that Dr. Chandrasekhar has taken this initiative. And when I was observing all the activity, what occurred to my mind was that this was a unique occasion also in the sense that we were simultaneously celebrating the teachers and the students. By awarding you, we were celebrating your striking, your extraordinary contribution to the promotion of academics in this country. And by saying all that, what Dr. Chandrasekhar was saying, we were also celebrating the student acumen, the student capacities, the student potential of this country by planning out new initiatives to promote their talent, their aptitudes, their innovative instincts, which is in keeping with the march of India in the next 25 years. So, to that extent, I have to also compliment Dr. Chandrasekhar and his team. As you all know, in the last 9 years, ever since Prime Minister Modi has been at the helm, we have been able, when I say we, I mean the members of the scientific fraternity have been able to give outlet or exposure to some of those talents and some of those aptitudes which possibly did not find the kind of milieu that they were waiting for. And to that extent, I have no hesitation to say that India never had a dearth of talent. And that's why most of the leading academic institutes, universities, even the science institutes across the world have been manned by the Indians. But the point was that our human resource was out of proportion to the other resource. So we try to make up for our aptitudes by putting in all the extra labor and all the might that we had in our command, which is beautifully personified by the picture of Sarabhai carrying the launcher on the carrier of his bicycle, which sometimes also sounds very tragic when you see that. So to that extent, I think on behalf of the entire scientific fraternity, on my behalf, sometimes I feel indebted to Prime Minister Modi that he at least gave this awakening to the nation that these are some of the fundamental areas or foundational areas which had remained out of our priorities. But then, as was being mentioned by, I think, Akhilesh, if you have to survive in this global world, and then also to survive respectfully and also claim to be a step ahead of others, you have to live up to the global challenges, global concerns, and you would realize that soon after becoming Prime Minister, it was Mr. Modi who spoke about climate concerns in COP conference. Now, this was something which was unexpected from a head of government from India, because they thought India is living in its own world and is not concerned or oblivious of what the rest of the world is concerned about. So we are now in a mainstream global milieu. And why I'm saying so is now the next challenge or the next agenda would be how to live up to that. And for that, we have to first realize where we stand. Of course, there's not much to compliment ourselves, as I said, for our talents, for our aptitudes, which sometimes are not supported with the kind of patronage we could have received from the policy planning level. But then, the point is that we have, I think, more number of PhDs in this country than any other country in the world. Our number of universities is also almost 600 now. 600 have been funded by this, otherwise. Of course, in the 9 years, we have had one university every month coming up in this country. We are number 9 now in the number of publications. From 13 to we are now 9. Even in my own stream of practice in diabetes, we have stood number 1. Mohan's Institute of this Gopalapuram, Chennai, has consistently been number 1 for the last 3 years. then if that be so, then why do we talk about not having a data of our own? So such a huge mismatch happening. We are producing publications, we are producing, and I think to a great extent the corrective measure, if not wholly to an extent, might have happened with the National Education Policy 2020. I have always believed the Indian data for Indian problems, Indian solutions for Indian problems, the Indian treatment for Indian patient. We cannot have half Indian data, and I think that's not something out of only self-esteem as an Indian talking. I think as a scientist, our phenotype is different, our genetic makeup is different. We have had a number of studies, even I have published, 3 generations living in UK and still carrying the same preponderance for type 2 diabetes mellitus which they had when they lived back in India, regardless of the environment change that has happened. But the genes don't leave them. The ghost of gene haunts them. The phenotype doesn't leave them. Their central obesity they carry wherever they go across the world. They wrap it up in a sari or they camouflage it in a kurta. And that is the storehouse of disease. What I'm trying to say is that where is the Indian data? And sometimes bothers me to think, because unfortunately I've been a teacher myself for more than a quarter of a century, and more of these conferences I used to be a keynote speaker or a faculty speaker. Unfortunately now I have to come and be a chief guest and very ceremonially light the lamp and say good, very good and go back. But my instinct inherently goes back unquenched. So sometimes kabhi bagawat karne ko dil karta hai. And that's why I think this is something we have to ponder about. Once the then Vice Chancellor of the Cambridge University, who was in Delhi, who happened to be a teacher of microbiology, he told me, Doc, if we don't have students from India, our PhDs would be closed. He was complimenting. When he left, I told a colleague, I said, was it a compliment otherwise? He doesn't know. Our boys and girls go there to collect a trophy. So if you have reduced a PhD to a trophy and a publication just to count the serial for a future interview, then we are not actually serving the cause of research and development which would actually generate data, which would be original and which would be handy for our future work. So I think this is something which bothers me after having put in so many years as an academician, as a researcher. But now that Prime Minister Modi has given us all the liberty, so we have nobody to blame but ourselves. Earlier on we used to complain, as I cited the example of Sarabhai. What more than, space department having been open to private sector, which nobody thought, nobody even demanded. We were reconciled to the fact that, okay, now this is something which has to function in confidentiality, so leave aside this thought. Now we have more than 100 startups in ISRO. That the other day you saw the Skyroot, a private startup launching its private satellites. So with the kind of milieu now we have, and 12 crore each now being handed over by Dr. Chandrasekhar just now in front of your eyes, amounting to 140 crore to promote research. So I think now it's up to us how optimally we use this. Because in this country, I think what has been the experience of 9 years is that we are, if we say our demographic dividend is 70% population below the age of 40, that's a huge, huge resource pool, which was just waiting to be pushed. You give it a small push, and it jumped. From 350 startups, went up to more than 90,000. More than 100 unicorns. More than 60 of these 100 unicorns have a founder or co-founder in a woman. And you talk of women participation. You act patriotic. We have to increase women participation. You don't realize she's already taken the lead. You please just follow her. Don't be patronizing in saying that I will encourage her to participate. She's already gone ahead. And many of our important projects, women being the keynote workers, including the Gaganyaan. So such a huge talent which was just waiting for a push, small push from Prime Minister. He spoke from the ramparts of Red Fort, Startup India, Stand-up India. The following year in 2016, we had an exclusive policy for startup, and see the miraculous results happening. In global innovation, we jumped 41 steps ahead. And now, of late, in the last few weeks, it's become a fashion, because I go to one or the other conference every day, 2-3 universities every week. We should promote startups in B towns. Most of this is a very, very favorite theme among all of us who go there as favorite. We don't realize startups have already happened in the villages, rural areas. Most striking example is that of the Purple Revolution. It has originated from a village called Gulmarg, close to Dr. Nisar's institution, and the other town called Bhadrawa in a remote district of Doda in Jammu and Kashmir. Not even B towns. When we talk of that, again we have to set right our mindsets. We get stuck in IT. Startup innovation is not about IT. No two words in English language mean the same. Stripping is not unrobing. Unrobing is not undressing. So much of difference even in similar sounding words. And there are about 3,000 now agri startups making lakhs through lavender entrepreneurship. And believe me, you can check, hardly any one of them is a graduate. So we have to first realize what are our available resources already exclusive to us. Now this is a resource which is absolutely exclusive to us, the agriculture resource. It's not available to other countries. Since the startup phrase, expression came from West and straightaway landed in Bengaluru, because the only international airport it found for landing was. And since Bengaluru was already flushing with IT, so startup means IT. We have our own startup areas, domains, which are, and I'm sure in the years to come, the other domain is going to be oceans. We already started Samudrayan, deep sea mission. Prime Minister spoke twice. I think again credit goes to Prime Minister. One would not expect, in the Independence Day speech to be included such, areas which are not even yet caught up in the scientific fraternity. So deep sea mission is something which is going to add up to your economy. When you talk of, I was seeing the notes in your compendium, talk of economy, infrastructure and technology driven approach. This is what is happening. When you talk of Amritkar, where are you going to get the value addition to the economy here? Whole ocean resource. And we already have, the other day we came across a Telugu group of boys. They wanted to find out if there was a startup opportunity in the earth sciences in oceans. So we told them, hold on, we have yet to start up. Who can we start up? So the point is, we have talent, but now the problem is how to reach out. I think therein, because this is the right platform to appeal to the universities, you are now getting grants, you are getting this program, purse, everything. Purse is not only what she was saying, promotion, it's also you are filling the purse. So now the purse program has been literally put into action. I think, can we devise a mechanism to reach out, A, to reach out to the potential startups who may not have reached us, and B, tend to follow up. I am working on some method to follow up these startups. For example, today we have 90,000. That is the number of the accounts who have already got into this business. How many are there who are self-sustaining? We are studying some of the patterns being followed by other universities. I put a group of boys on the job. I think we'll come out with 2-3 options. For example, I believe in Harvard, they make phone calls, they have a reunion every year. At least let's find out. If they are losing them out, that means there is some pitfall somewhere. And over here, I have found at random, some of our women scientists, I'm glad that DST, his department, has started that program also. Taking up a scientist job, even getting selected after a lot of effort and then leaving it for matrimony. Because, as I used to say when I delivered public awareness, public lectures in diabetes, which I still do, I said diabetes is too serious to be left to diabetologists alone. Like Mark Twain said in the context of economics, economics is too serious to be left to economists alone. So science is too serious to be left to scientists alone. Dr. Chandrasekhar can fill your purse. He can put you on the track of startup. But he cannot hold you back from getting down from the track for reasons which might, on the spur of moment, seem very important to you. Because So many socio-economic factors also keep on weighing on us. We are all children of the same society, not that once you become a startup, you become something different. And the third is to link it up with livelihood. Even if you may be the best of startup, the most celebrated startup, you may be sky-root startup, the entire nation might have watched you on television. But when you find your peer moving in BMW, your spouse or your girlfriend starts nagging you. What are you doing? You not even started a car for me. So, link the industry. In the next program like this, I would advise Dr. Chandrasekhar, we will also have industry leaders with us. So that's what I was trying to put it convincingly in the last few minutes. Because A, that they too have good R&D sections over there. And some of their R&D wings are better developed than many of our universities. So we can synergize, we can learn from each other, we can put our inputs together. And B, we can make them stakeholder right from the beginning, so that they invest along with us. Now, for example, why should the entire 12 crore go from Dr. Chandrasekhar? If a university is planning a project which has a stake with an industry, let the industry come forward. 6 crore from them, 6 crore from him. And you will have a win-win situation. When you turn out a youngster in that specialty, he will be the mentor because he's also been a surrogate father. But there will be another surrogate mother. Because though the person who has shelled out 6 crore out of his business pocket will always look forward to make up for that. He will say, I will not let him go. Let him work here, slog in my factory and pay back. So we can have that kind of arrangement if we have to have a larger. And I'm glad that at least Prime Minister has done one good thing of having de-linked the degree. As I was saying, it's no longer a trophy, now we have in and out. Because our education system, I think, also was one of the biggest impediments coming in the way of natural science growth and natural data making and natural research happening, because somehow many of us became scientists by default. It doesn't sound good because that means कि और कोई काम नहीं था इसलिए. But yes, very often if you say in the matrimonial factory, मैं research करता हूँ, कहता और क्या करते हो? And the fault, I think, was to a huge extent with our education system. For example, your parents said you have to be a doctor, so you took up biology combination. After class 12, you didn't get it. Then what to do? The baggage of those subjects is there with you. You can't get away with it. So you have to remain confined to that. You didn't become a doctor which you wanted to become, but you have become prisoners of that aspiration. No citizen, no nation grows if it becomes a prisoner of aspiration. Aspiration requires wings. So you had the aspiration to become doctor, you could not somehow. But you became prisoner of that wish. को मेरे दिल ने चाहा था रोना रुलाना, तो ये हंसते भी रहे रोते भी रहे, तो हंस नहीं सके तो रोते ही रहे. So then what do? You do BSc in bio. Then after that what do? Somebody tells you try your hand in civil services. You appear, you don't make it. Then what to do? MSc. MSc भी किस में करनी? या तो बॉटनी या जूलॉजी. फंस गए और फंस गए. दिन ब दिन फंसते जा रहे हैं. फिर वो भी हो गई. Then what to do? अब नई नौकरी मिली. So we had a huge pool of unemployed educated in this country. Educated unemployed. और PhD कर ली तो फिर क्या करना? अब कहीं अच्छी UGC वाला मिल जाए गुड सैलरी जॉब तो ठीक है, नहीं तो फिर साइंटिस्ट अंडर डॉक्टर चंद्रशेखर. His liability. No, this is our hard facts we have to understand. And I'm glad, I from the bottom of my heart, not as a member of the ministry, as a scientific fraternity man, I am eternally indebted to Prime Minister. He has corrected this anomaly. You can exit and come. Suppose I am not able to get my medical seat after class 12, I can change my subjects. I can combine my subject. I can have biology with economics. I can do my graduation in some other stream. So many floodgates have been opened up. So we became prisoners of our own education system, which was the legacy of the British Empire and suited to the colonial. So I think now, why I'm saying so is that I sometimes feel it's one of the best times happening as far as the openings for the youth is concerned. And what can we do? Now, next 25 years, you're talking, now next 25 years belongs to those who are the youth today. But we may or may not survive. But we could have the satisfaction of having contributed to their capacity building or giving them the right direction. And that's why I also said, standing in another university, we had the Youth 20 meeting. I said, next time, don't call only youth, also call their parents. They are the biggest spoilers. After class 12, they show you where is the location of Akash tutorial. Instead of using mobile to prepare yourself for the exam, they show you the roadmap and put you into some coaching center. So because I sometimes very passionately feel that if you are not able to, the other day there was a podcast interview and the lady asked, any regret and any wish now, having lived so many decades? I said, no wish, because if you complain to God, He doesn't forgive you. So no regret. But yes, wish. I wish I was youth today. Because so many things happening. You want to actually explore all that. And our youth have the potential, but unfortunately, they are not being given the direction. So if we are able to, and I'm sure with DST, when we are partnering with the universities, we have also sorted out that program. We have star colleges now, mentorship programs, so that we can select the best of them who can be our partners. And I'm glad when today we have carried forward this special drive to promote startups and R&D in some of the hitherto lesser attended areas like Jammu Kashmir, Northeast. We are also living up to the declaration which the Honorable Prime Minister made soon after this government came in 2014. He had said that we would giving priority to those areas which were not on the priority of the earlier governments, because we are moving with an unbiased approach. The approach would be to fill in the blanks where it remained unfulfilled because of certain other considerations, maybe political reasons or whatever. And to that extent, while we are also supporting 300 other universities, I am glad that enough prioritization has been given to some of these most peripheral regions which had enough of talent, but which were never benefited from the mainstream dividends. And I'm sure the next time when we meet, we would have moved forward from where we stand today. Thank you very much.
कोटि कोटि धन्यवाद माननीय मंत्री महोदय। बड़े ही रुचिपूर्ण तरीके से आपने हमारा मनोबल बढ़ाया। हम आशा करते हैं भविष्य में भी आपका मार्गदर्शन एवं आशीर्वाद हमें इसी प्रकार मिलता रहेगा। कार्यक्रम के अंतिम चरण में प्रवेश करते हुए अब हम आमंत्रण देना चाहेंगे डॉक्टर हरीश कुमार जी, वैज्ञानिक अनुसंधान और विकास अवसंरचना प्रभाग से, कि वे कृपया आभार व्यक्त करें।
Good afternoon. I feel honored and privileged to propose vote of thanks on this occasion on behalf of DST. Sir, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the Honorable Minister of State and Minister of Science and Technology and Earth Sciences for gracing this occasion and taking your valuable time from your busy schedule. We thank for releasing Peirce Compendium and announcing the new scheme called Supreme. Sir, your words of wisdom inspire us and guide us like a beacon of light. Our sincere thanks to Dr. S. Chandrasekhar, Secretary DST, for your thoughtful, provoking address, sir. Your able and dynamic leadership has infused new energy and drive in the department, stands as an example and encourages us to do our best. We thank Dr. Akhilesh Gupta, Secretary SCRB, for his gracious presence in this event. Thank you, sir, for supporting and guiding us to this event. We thank Dr. Pratishtha Pandey, Head R&D Infrastructure. An event of this dimension cannot happen in overnight. Because of her extraordinary effort, time, teamwork, resulted in this humongous gathering, Vishvidyalaya Anusandhan Utsav 2023, and taking forward many more new schemes, initiations in the division. Our sincere thanks to Sri Vishvidyalaya, Additional Secretary and Financial Advisor, and Srimati D. Dhanalakshmi, Joint Secretary, DST, for their support. Our sincere thanks to all the Honorable Chancellors, Vice Chancellors of the universities, PMB experts, and DST officials, and ACRB officials, and research scholars, students, academicians, and participants from the various institutions for making this special event. Our sincere thanks to Professor Sahu, IIT Delhi, for his help in arranging this Utsav, and Sri Vivek Trivedi, Director, Dr. Ambedkar International Center, New Delhi, for providing us with this space for organizing this event. Our special thanks to media personnels and press for attending this meeting, as well as sharing this Utsav message to the scientific community and to the public. Last but not least, we thank R&D infrastructure team for making this event successful. And last, thank you one and all.
धन्यवाद सर। देवी और सज्जनों, आज़ादी के अमृतकाल में राष्ट्रगान को सम्मान देने के लिए सभी से अनुरोध, कृपया अपने स्थान पर खड़े हो जाएं।
जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा, तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा, जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे जय हे जय हे, जय 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 हे।
सभी गणमान्य अतिथियों से अनुरोध, कृपया मंच पर अपना स्थान बनाए रखें। सभी रिस्पेक्टेड पीएमबी बोर्ड मेंबर्स, मैडम धनलक्ष्मी जी, जॉइंट सेक्रेटरी डीएसटी डिपार्टमेंट, रिस्पेक्टेड एफए डीएसटी डिपार्टमेंट, आरएनडी डिवीजन के सभी स्टाफ मेंबर्स से अनुरोध, कृपया मंच की ओर आने की कृपा करें। माननीय राज्य मंत्री महोदय जी के साथ एक ग्रुप फोटोग्राफ के लिए उपस्थित वाइस चांसलर्स जिन्होंने पहले ग्रुप फोटोग्राफ नहीं ली है, उनसे भी अनुरोध, कृपया मंच की ओर आने की कृपा करें। तथा सभागार में उपस्थित अन्य सभी डेलीगेट से हमारा अनुरोध कि एग्जीबिशन हॉल्स की तरफ कृपया प्रस्थान करें। ग्रुप फोटोग्राफ के पश्चात माननीय मंत्री महोदय आपके एग्जीबिशन का इनॉग्रेशन अपने कर कमलों द्वारा करेंगे। बाकी सभी डेलीगेट से अनुरोध, कृपया एग्जीबिशन हॉल्स की तरफ प्रस्थान करें, अपने अपने स्टॉल्स की ओर प्रस्थान करें। पुनः निवेदन करना चाहेंगे सभी रिस्पेक्टेड पीएमबी बोर्ड मेंबर्स, जेएस डीएसटी, रिस्पेक्टेड एफए डीएसटी, आरएनडी डिवीजन के सभी स्टाफ मेंबर्स से भी अनुरोध कि वे कृपया ग्रुप फोटोग्राफ के लिए मंच की ओर आने की कृपा करें। इनवाइटेड सभी रिस्पेक्टेड मेंबर्स के अलावा बाकी सभी डेलीगेट से अनुरोध, कृपया एग्जीबिशन स्टॉल्स की तरफ प्रस्थान करें, अपने अपने स्टॉल्स पर निर्धारित अरेंजमेंट्स करें। ग्रुप फोटोग्राफ के पश्चात माननीय मंत्री महोदय एग्जीबिशन का अपने कर कमलों द्वारा इनॉग्रेशन करेंगे, उद्घाटन करेंगे। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद माननीय मंत्री महोदय। आपसे हमारा पुनः सविनय आग्रह, कृपया पर्स सपोर्टेड यूनिवर्सिटीज़ द्वारा लगाई गई प्रदर्शनी का उद्घाटन करने हेतु मंच के दूसरे ओर आने की कृपा करें। सभी से अनुरोध, माननीय मंत्री महोदय जी के लिए कृपया रास्ता बनाने की कृपा करें। माननीय मंत्री महोदय अपने कर कमलों द्वारा एग्जीबिशन का उद्घाटन करेंगे। I request all the delegates kindly make way for Honorable Minister Sir. I request the delegates to please make way for Honorable Minister Sir. Thank you.